Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting The Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts. And I'm excited to kick off Season 2 of our podcast series in partnership with Rappahannock Electric Cooperative. It's called We Are REC. Every week we'll release a new episode talking to different people from REC about a host of different topics. We'll get tips for saving money on your electric bill. We'll talk about renewable energy and the impact it can have in our communities. We'll get some behind-the-scenes info about what happens when the power goes out in a storm. Don't miss out on information about community grants, scholarships, REC-hosted events, and more. Get every single episode on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab. Or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or on Spotify. Just do a quick search for We Are REC. Hello and welcome to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael, and I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am that I am not on Zoom. Yes. I'm not in my kitchen, nor am I at the radio station. We are not in the studio. I am sitting more than 6 feet away from my dear friend Carrie Hahn for today's Tourism Tuesday. I know that you're listening to it as it is Tourism Tuesday. However, we are recording it on a beautiful Monday afternoon, a week ahead of time. So I don't know what next Monday is going to look like when people hear this on Tuesday.
Right.
We're having a lovely day at Shenandoah Vineyards.
It's amazing. It's so beautiful out here. The sun is shining. I'm ready to take a panoramic photo of us sitting here.
How have we never done this before? How is it that in all the years, you and I have always done the show in the studio and never come to someplace like this?
I'm pretty sure I didn't know it was a possibility, but here, now that I know.
And we got mic cords strung all over the place, and we're all sitting in different chairs spread out apart from each other.
Well, and for as often as we talk about wine, you would think that we would have done this by now.
Yeah, well, at a minimum, we should have been bringing wine into the studio, but that's a whole other show that probably could never air. But I'm excited to be here at Shenandoah Vineyards. It is my first trip here, so I have never been here before. Ivy Haynes is with us. She is their marketing manager at Shenandoah Vineyards. So thank you for inviting me out and accommodating this crazy setup we now have for the radio show today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. I'm happy to be here and happy to host you.
So tell me about Shenandoah Vineyards. Give me a little bit of history. Tell me, how this place came to be.
Okay, so Shenandoah Vineyards was founded in 1976 by Emma Randall and her husband. It was always his dream to create a vineyard, but unfortunately he passed away before the first vintage, and Emma took it upon herself to make the wine, and she kept it until 2018 when Michael Schaps took over. And so Michael and Emma had a relationship since 2010 with making wine, and so it's kind of a natural progression of ownership and transfer of winemaking. And he came in and he planted some new grapes. We've planted some vinifera grapes instead of hybrids, and they make higher quality wines, and we're excited about the future of the winemaking here. And we have created a wine club. We have 3 different wine clubs here, and we're hoping to have lots of new events and educational wine classes. Yeah, we're excited.
So did you guys have to close for a period of time for COVID-19? I assume you've just recently reopened.
We did close. So I guess it was the end of March, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. We just totally shut down. We tried to do some shipping and delivery, but for the most part, we had to close down and just
shipping and delivery is a whole lot more complicated than people think it is.
It is. Yeah, it is. And but we were pretty much shut down, and then finally with phase 1 we got to reopen. We were really excited. And now with phase 2 we've introduced flights, and phase 3 is actually coming up on Wednesday, which will have been last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, by the time this airs, we will have been in phase 3 almost a whole week.
Yes, and so we're going to be introducing normal tastings again, and we just keep rolling out new specials and hoping that people will come out and visit us.
Well, and the beauty of this, aside from just the beauty of this as we're sitting here, is that you've got a lot of outdoor seating. Mm-hmm. So people can still come out and safely sit in the Adirondack chairs, keep to themselves with whoever they come out here with, but be very socially distant from each other and enjoy the grounds and your wine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely with a vast amount of space out here, and we are hoping that a lot of people will bring their own chairs and picnics and bring food, because right now we don't have much to offer for food, but we're going to start carrying Route 11 chips, and we're excited to have our neighbors down the street have our chips here, their chips here, and we do have lots of seating. We're bringing in some picnic tables soon, as well as some more outdoor covered areas.
Carrie, I would imagine the wineries being able to open the breweries as well has been a huge boost for you guys from a tourism perspective, because that's a really great way for people to ease back into getting out of the house.
Well, this is one of the things that has been such a challenge. If you've been listening to the conversations that we've had, you and I have had over the last couple of months. It's been about, who's opening, who's closed, who's having curbside takeout, and now it's more inviting. And when people reach out to us and say, are there things that we can do? There's so much fresh air, and there's so many mountain trails to hike on and things like that. And now we have the ability to say, yes, you can come here and you can go to a winery that is open. You can do a tasting, wear your mask while you're inside, but please enjoy the great outdoors, because, as I'm looking around today, I can see, a half a dozen trees that I'd like to put a blanket under and just have a picnic and just, spend some time being outside. So it is really nice from a tourism perspective to be able to talk about the 8 different wineries that we have that are going to be open to the public to be able to taste wine and visit. Plus, our breweries are making changes to their operations so that they are doing a whole lot of outside seating. And as I'm driving by some of those places, I see a lot of people taking advantage of that outdoor seating.
Well, and Ivy, I noticed when we walked in the door, there were customers in front. They were getting a couple glasses. They're now sitting in the Adirondack chairs, kind of enjoying themselves. But then before you even said anything to us, you were wiping everything down. You guys have put safety protocols in place, too, for anybody who's coming, so that they know it's safe when they come inside to order whatever they need to get.
Yeah, of course. And we're very cautious about all this, and it's very important to us that we make it as safe for our customers and our staff. So we do have our iPad. We're wiping it down between each use. We wipe down all of our counters every hour at least. The bathrooms are cleaned every hour. Mm-hmm. We sign it off. You can see that for yourself. And every morning and between every customer, we are wiping down every single chair, every table, to make it as safe as possible. And we really hope people see that and appreciate that, and that they wear their mask as well to protect our staff.
So have you seen an uptick in people since you were able to reopen? It was surprising to me, because we are here on a Monday afternoon, and granted it is a beautiful day. I'm thinking, we're going to get out there on a Monday. Nobody's going to be there. It's a Monday. Aren't people still sitting in their Zoom screens working? Right. But you've got a nice little group of people here already. Has it been busy?
Yeah, it has been surprisingly busy for us, because not being open for a while, and after the ownership transfer, people were kind of confused of whether we were open or not. And we're open every single day, 11 to 5. And Mondays and Tuesdays have been pretty consistent, especially Tuesdays, because we are the only vineyard, I think, that's open in this area on Tuesdays, which is really great for us. And we're happy to host people when they're in this area driving through.
Yeah. And let me just say, I've tasted a couple of the wines, and they are really good.
Oh, yeah, you were ranting about that before we even made it up the steps to get inside. So how many wines do you have?
Oh, gosh, I haven't counted. I think we have about 12, and we have 6 on our tasting list, and then a few others as well. We're also carrying right now some Michael Schaap's wines from Charlottesville, if people are interested, but our tastings are Shenandoah wines. We do have a good mixture of dry whites, dry reds, rosé, sparkling rosé, and then some off-dry wines for those who like sweeter wines.
Okay, that would be me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something for everyone.
I'm very excited about that. Well, as we're sitting here talking, I see a car that, no, they're turning around. I was going to say, I didn't know whether you were going to have to scoot. That was the other thing about, you are literally open as we're sitting here. So if a customer comes rolling in, you're going to have to go refill a wine, because I am not going to be the one that stands between someone and getting a second glass, a third glass, or a bottle.
I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
So, Carrie, it really has made your life easier then, having people be able to open and be able to say, finally, come, sit a spell.
Right. Well, and it certainly, it makes it easier from the perspective of being able to talk about what Shenandoah County has to offer, because that's sort of what we're most versed in. And whereas before it was like, well, let me go check my chart to see which places are actually open, which one is, what are their new hours, what are their, curbside takeout policies and things like that. So, so it really is nice to sort of go back to a time when, we could really invite people to come and spend time here.
Well, I tell you what, let's take a quick break. When we come back, Ivy, can we run through some of the wines and have you kind of give me a little bit of a description of maybe some of your best sellers or the most popular ones to give people a sense of what they can expect when they come out?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, we're going to do all of that when we come back. Granted, this break might be longer than what they're listening to on the radio for 2 or 3 minutes, because who knows what we might do during the break. I'm just saying. But we'll be back in a couple of minutes as you are listening to the show. It is Tourism Tuesday. Carrie Hahn is here with me along with Ivy Haynes. We are pre-recording today's show at Shenandoah Vineyards in Edinburgh. I am Janet Michael, and you are listening to The Valley Today.
Do you know anyone who is struggling with financial hardships because of coronavirus? Our new webinar called Coping with the Money Crunch can help. We'll talk about immediate options to consider, revising or creating a spending plan, and lots of community resources. Then we'll cover how to narrow your priorities, contact creditors, and avoid scams and risky loans. The webinar is free, and you can either join by phone or through Zoom on a smartphone, tablet, or computer. You can find out more by visiting the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program on Facebook or calling Karen Poff at 540-635-4549. Let me show you how to make your own plan or help someone you care about get through the crisis. Call 635-4549 or visit at NSV Financial Education on Facebook today.
Welcome back to The Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. As you are listening to the show today, of course, it is Tourism Tuesday, Shenandoah County edition. Carrie Hahn is joining me again, not on Zoom and not in the studio. We are sitting outside at the beautiful Shenandoah Vineyards. Ivy Haynes is here with us. She is their marketing manager, and we are having a lovely afternoon. And I got to tell you, Carrie, we can't beat the view.
The view is incredible. It's so beautiful. It is. The lawn is manicured and it's cut, and the gardens, I'm seeing rose bushes and beautiful flowers and beautiful trees. I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
And the sunlight and the puffy clouds and the blue skies.
And the mountains.
And the grapevine.
And the little white Adirondack chairs just kind of plopped all over the place.
Yeah.
I think we painted quite a vivid picture.
I hope so.
I'll take some pictures.
Well, I just took a panoramic shot, so I'll send that to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
awesome. It is nice to see you in person.
It is. Even, way far away. I got my glasses on. I can see you, even though you're sitting way far away. So, Ivy, during the break, you went inside. We actually, during the break, had someone who's not been here before that is Front Royal, people from Front Royal, which is kind of ironic, that came to enjoy some wine. So you grabbed your wine list. What are some of the most popular vintages that you often offer here?
Okay, so, so one of our most popular right now is our Pinot Gris.
I love that one.
Yes, Carrie's had it before. And that one, it's 100% Pinot Gris. It's all stainless steel. It is a dry wine, but it drinks really well. It has notes of white peach, white flowers. It has a little bit of minerality. Perfect to pair with warm weather, as well as chicken dishes, seafood, and sushi even.
Really?
Yes.
Which would be really good.
Well, and you went inside to help your customers, and Carrie and I were sitting out here having random conversations. We were talking about a trip that I made to Wegmans several years ago, and I have pictures of the sushi bar at Wegmans. Beautiful. I don't eat sushi, but it was like the coolest thing ever, so I took pictures of it.
I love sushi.
I do too.
At Wegmans too.
Yes.
So that would pair well with our Pinot Gris.
There we go.
Another really popular one is our Blanc, and that's our 2016 Blanc right now. It's popular because it is an off-dry wine, so it does have 1.5% residual sugar. So for our guests who like sweeter wines, they would love that. That one's a mixture of Vidal, Riesling, Petit Manseng, Traminette, lots of different grapes. But has notes of honeysuckle, pineapple, white flowers. Great summertime wine, really. And then another one, besides our rosé, which has also been really popular, our Reserve Red from 2017 actually got in the case in the Governor's Cup this year. And so we were really proud of that gold medal wine. It's in the top 12, which is amazing.
That is
Yeah.
amazing.
For the governor's
What an
cup.
honor, yeah.
And we're hoping that we're bringing Shenandoah County and Shenandoah Valley wine region really to put it on the map more. And the vineyards around here are awesome. So that wine, the Reserve, is a Tannat Forward blend, which is a very bold red. It is dry, but it's a great steak, burger, nice grilling summer season wine. But
My
also,
husband loves a deep red. Red is his absolute favorite.
yeah, he would love it. I mean, it's great by a fire at night in the winter, but also for grilling. Yeah, so those are some of our wines that we're proud of.
So when you guys decide, you mentioned in the first segment that you had planted some new grapes so that you have some different types of wine to offer. That's not something where you like plant grapes and then the next season you've got wine ready to go. I mean, that's a process in and of itself too, isn't it?
Right. So they say about 4 years it takes for you to have your first vintage. Some grapes do actually well in the second year. But yeah, it's definitely a time commitment for wineries planting new varietals, especially new wineries starting out too. It takes 4 years before they can actually open.
Yeah, before they even have a glass to offer anybody.
Yeah, and so we're hoping to have mostly Shenandoah County grapes in the next couple of years.
Can you speak to what it is about this region that makes growing grapes so good?
Yeah, so Michael actually was talking about this with me, and he said that it is one of the driest counties in Virginia, which is excellent for grape growing. It's also slightly cooler. Today you might not notice that, but in general it is slightly cooler than other regions like in the Monticello AVA. And then the hillsides, the breeze, great drainage if there is rain, and the soil content is really nice here as well.
And that would explain why there are so many of them here.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you could drive through Shenandoah County and stop at 8 different wineries, and, well, you might want to do that over a couple of days.
I was going to say, yeah, that's probably not the safest.
But this one's so nice. It's right in between Woodstock and Edinburgh, down South Ox Road. So you're sort of close to everything.
Oh, yeah, it was easy to get to. It didn't take any time at all to get here. We talked in the first segment, too, Ivy, about the phases and moving through the different phases. As people are listening to the show today, we are in phase 3. Of course, as we're recording it, we haven't quite gotten to phase 3 yet.
Yeah.
But you were talking about the differences in how you've had to operate. And you mentioned something about doing flights versus doing tastings. So explain to me how things have changed on that front based on the different phases.
Yeah, so the whole goal, I think, of all of these phases is limiting contact between people. And the masks are always going to be important. We always want our guests to have their masks on when they're not drinking wine, when they're using the restroom, etc. But with phase 3, people are now allowed to come up and stay at the bar. And so that allows for tastings to be conducted, but at 6 feet apart from other guests. So for some bars, it might be just that 2 groups are at the bar, and we can't have the crowds that we used to have on Saturdays. But we still will be offering flights so people can take those and sit wherever they like and social distance as far away as they'd like. But yeah, so tastings will be allowed, as will groups of up to 250 people. So that's more for the wedding venues. We're not exactly a wedding venue right now, but
hey, the COVID has changed everything. You may come out of this as a new wedding venue.
Who knows? Yeah. So groups can get larger, but masks will still be required for staff, of course, and we'll still continue our rigorous cleaning.
You mentioned earlier, I think we hadn't started recording yet, that Michael was measuring for a tent. So there's a tent. By the time this airs, there will be a tent that's actually up out here as well.
Yes. So we are going to get a big tent to put in front of the winery building. And we hope to put lots of picnic tables under there, kind of a beer hall style. And so that'll offer a lot more shade. A lot more people can fit. And in the future, we're going to hopefully offer trivia, maybe bingo. We're looking for food trucks. We're looking for local bands. So
performers, you had mentioned too, that's something you'd love to be able to expand and offer live music, but you got to have the people to come and perform.
We need people.
Yes.
Yes, so we are looking for local bands. if anyone's interested.
So let's end on that. So if somebody is listening and they want to come visit, they want to come do a tasting, they want to bring a group of people out, they want to come perform, they have a food truck, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
So they can email me at info@ShenandoahVineyardsVA.com.
Beautiful.
And then all the information's on your website about the different types of wine and things like that
Yes,
you have?
all of our wine information is totally up to date. We have a new website that came out of this quarantine.
Oh, nice.
There are a lot of new websites came out of this quarantine, let me tell
We
you.
finally have time to do that kind
And
of
what
thing.
is the what is the website again?
It's www.ShenandoahVineyardsVA.com.
Great.
And social media, I assume you're on Facebook, Instagram,
Yep,
all of
we're on
the
both
good
those.
ones.
Yep. Instagram as Shenandoah Vineyards, Facebook as well.
And Ivy takes great pictures, and
you.
so I love her social media.
That's a
trying.
big deal coming from the tourism office.
Well, it's easy to photograph here.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know
Pretty
that you could
gorgeous.
necessarily take a bad picture from here. You're right. So, Carrie, I know that we talked about this a little bit, things are, chugging back to some semblance
slowly
of
starting to ramp back up
pre-COVID
and-
normalcy.
Yeah.
Yard crawl. I know that you're getting a lot of phone calls of people asking about yard crawl.
People are asking about yard crawl. I'm seeing on some of those what's happening types of Facebook pages, people asking, do you know if there's going to be a yard crawl? Well, I was just in a meeting with Sharon Baroncelli over at the Chamber of Commerce office, and there will be a yard crawl. It is August 8th. It is always the second Saturday of August. And we can't, nobody is going to stop anybody from having a yard sale.
Oh,
So
right.
there will be a yard crawl. And, we're just hoping that everyone will wear their masks when they are in close proximity to other people. And, we're hoping that some of those mega crawl sites will, be thoughtful about distancing people,
Spacing their stuff out.
booths and things like that. So, officially it is always the second Saturday in August. But if you want more information about the yard crawl, if you have questions about whether or not there are places to set up, which businesses are sort of opening their spaces for people to rent spaces for the yard crawl, you should definitely contact the Shenandoah Chamber of Commerce. You can do that through ShenandoahCountyChamber.com, or you can just call the office directly at 540-459-2542. And that's the Shenandoah County Chamber of Commerce that runs that program.
So anything else going on in the near future?
Well, this is also pretty exciting. July 4th, Skydive Shenandoah is opening their business. So we're pretty excited about that. My husband flies for them periodically, so you might see him out there flying the Shark. The airplane that they use to drop skydivers looks like a shark, and it's really cool. So check out their website, skydiveshenandoah.com. And they also have an Instagram and a Facebook page, and that's loads of fun. So they do tandem dives, so you can jump out of an airplane with a professional, and you'll be
A perfectly good airplane.
It is a perfectly yes. I wouldn't be upset about him flying one that wasn't. But your pilot will be wearing his mask. I can assure you of that, and as will everybody else in the airplane. But it's just a really, really awesome, exciting, fun. I love their slogan is "The view is worth the drive," because when you're up there at 15,000 feet and you're falling from the sky, the view is incredible of all of our mountains and our rolling hills.
Okay, well, let me be clear, because I
Okay.
know we have joked many times about different shows that we should do together, and I know the latest one, aside from coming to a vineyard, which we can now check off our bucket list, was doing a show on horseback and going to Fort Valley Ranch and recording a show on horseback. To be clear,
Yes.
I am not doing a show as I'm jumping out of an airplane.
Oh,
Just so that
man.
you know, not happening.
Well, I'm still teetering on the edge. I haven't done it yet. My husband has jumped twice, and he loves it. But
And Ivy,
I'm
you said
teetering
you
on the
jumped.
edge.
It was in another
have.
country, but you
Yeah.
have jumped before.
I have in Switzerland. It was amazing. I would definitely recommend it. Maybe I wouldn't be able to talk while doing it. I was screaming the whole time.
Oh, so that could
No,
be, yeah.
That would be a challenge.
Oh, darn.
I know. But no, it's really cool. They have these great packages where, you can get a video of your experience, and it's just cool. It's a really cool thing we have here
I'm
in
pretty sure
Shenandoah
nobody
County.
wants to see that. Not for me, anyway.
They do.
Maybe we could do that as a fundraiser. Maybe that's something I can do. No,
All right,
no, I'm
well,
not. Why am I even
if anybody's
entertaining
listening,
this? We are not doing
you
this.
should write in and encourage Janet.
So when things are happening and events are starting to come back, where is the best place, Carrie, for them to find out what's going on in Shenandoah County?
The best place to find out is visit shenandoahcounty.com. And we have menu items. First of all, we have a menu item of just COVID stuff where you can find out information about what's open, what's closed, who's offering takeout and delivery and all of those things. But you can also look at our stay, our play, our eat, and you can get information about very specific types of activities like horseback riding, like skydiving. Just, follow the prompts to places to hike, places to eat.
All of that fun stuff. And Ivy, you're open here at Shenandoah Vineyards. You mentioned earlier 7 days a week. What are your hours?
7 days a week, 11 to 5.
There you go. Perfect way. This is, and people are here.
What more do we need to know?
Yeah, we're recording on a Monday and people are here.
It's the truth. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's always beautiful.
Well, we are going to wrap up today's episode of Tourism Tuesday. Again, we have pre-recorded it on a Monday afternoon, a week in advance. I have never done a show this far out in advance before, but hey, coming to a vineyard to do it was the way to go.
Absolutely. Yes.
So we will be back tomorrow with a brand new show. Because we're doing this a week ahead of time, I got no idea who's on my show tomorrow. So meet me back here a few minutes after noon and we'll figure it out together.
Sounds good.